Good morning and welcome to Telford, and we're at the International Centre with BYD for the launch of the new Sealion 5, a brand new C-segment SUV for the UK, and this sports BYD's amazing DMI technology. It's a PHEV. I'm Ben Quirk, welcome to Planet Auto. This is now BYD's 9th vehicle to launch in the UK since about 2023. That is remarkable. The velocity they're travelling at it's quite mind-blowing. Honestly, the market share they've gained, the amount of dealers, network partners, and also the technology. They're releasing a charger that charges at a speed of 1360 kilowatt hour. That equates to 1.2 miles, as in real driving miles, in a second. We're almost at petrol pump speeds. Not only that, their battery network, the fact that they're building a new factory just for Europe, talk about hitting the ground running. Does it surprise me? Not really, because as soon as these guys started bringing their vehicles up to the Northern Group, you could see they had the passion, but also the drive to make BYD massive over here. And when you look at the original DMI technology, that was 2008. Since then though, talk about excelling. I mean, just look at Sealion 5. You can tell it's one of the Ocean Series vehicles. The shaping of the grille, the curve around the lights. You have a 1.5 petrol engine and a hybrid system. Front wheel drive, and the battery's just over 18 kilowatt hour. Also with BYD, the way they've enveloped all the technology to be smaller, more efficient. I mean, I think it's around 43% thermal. It's super optimized. So it ekes out every little bit of petrol. And the interesting thing about these is, they feel more like an electric vehicle than a PHEV. But that's what BYD intends.
The DMI system works in two key ways. First, there's EV mode, where the car is driven purely by the electric motor. Then there's HEV mode, which still feels very much like an electric car. In both cases, a specially developed 1.5-litre Sealion petrol engine sits quietly in the background, generating power and feeding it to the battery and motor through an inverter. The result is smooth, silent electric-style driving, with the petrol engine only stepping in when it's genuinely needed. And when you do ask for more performance, the system can seamlessly switch from running in series to working in parallel, allowing the petrol engine and electric motor to work together for extra punch. In the real world, MPG can be anything from 60 to 100, which of course varies on how you drive it. We'll test this once we have it on review.
As standard, this is fully equipped. That's the comfort trim. Now, if you go for the design, it just adds. It ticks boxes. Not only that, I think it's a damn good looking SUV. It's roomy too, and in obsidian black. Well, judge for yourself. In a word, BYD are offering this for the price of a standard combustion car.
Meaning you can get your hands on a comfort for just under £30,000. However, if the design suits you better, you can get one of them for £32,995.
The thing is, yet again, this is BYD's model, and that's why they've got, I think it's around 4.5 million customers worldwide. They work with the biggest and best dealerships, meaning that you can buy one of these and actually take it somewhere and get it serviced. You don't have to drive 100 miles, which I think is amazing, because so many vehicles launch here and then think, actually, we should have probably put a network in play. But because they've got 38 networks, everybody has pretty much heard of BYD. Decent warranty, excellent technology. They're fun to drive as well. The thing I've noticed about Sealion 5 is when you climb in, you tower over the dash, so you've got great visibility. It feels more MPV than SUV, so it's like the perfect combo. As Annabelle and I always say, it's a great stepping stone if you're not ready to go full electric. Well, it's certainly a chilly one today. There's snow and there's a driving wind too. As soon as you get in the cabin, that's it. You don't hear any of it. They're well refined. Good quality materials, vegan. I'll explain more about that when we climb inside. The overall looks very pleasing, modern. Also the two-tone here, the BYD upper face, and the sculpture. Parking sensors, LED lights, and just look at the style. Unlike most of the BYD Ocean Series vehicles, when you stand at the side, it does look like it's in motion. Decent ground clearance, doors that cover the sills, and diamond cut 18-inch alloys with Hankook ion tyres built specifically for hybrid electric SUVs, etc. No, it's very smart and it's very teched up, and its length, I think it's around 4.7 meters, maybe slightly less, but it means that you've got decent space in the boot. Great cabin space too. This is the perfect family vehicle. The satin strip just adds that mwah to the side profile. Also, it appears that we have a floating roof because of the C-pillar. Off-roady look with the cladding and also side skirts. And look, you even have a keyhole there. So unlike other vehicles that have pop-out door handles, etc., even if it freezes, you can get to it. It's thinking ahead, things like that. Keyless entry is standard and colour-coded. Power folding door mirrors, blind spot detection, and the interior, yes, familiar. But that's not a bad thing. That's the thing about BYD. When you climb into one of their vehicles, you feel at home, especially if you've driven one previously. And as we know, a lot of BYD customers buy and then buy again. Soft touches, padded area, and you've got all your windows, mirrors, etc. here. And look at the door pull. Climbing in, absolutely no problem. Decent door opening, and I can't hear any of the wind, even with the door open. You do sit rather high, but you've got a fully electric seat here with height adjustment, decent space in the cabin, comfortable interior, vegan leather, and this is the seat on the floor. That's what surprised me when I got in. But you get used to it very quickly. Multifunction steering wheel, leather wrapped, adaptive cruise, telephony, media, etc. Camera button on the steering wheel, and proper chunky stalks. Down here, in true Chinese style, nothing. But that's because most of it is done through the screen. So lights, etc, etc. I do love these vents. Nice and easy to clean, but they're a design statement too. There's a lot of cues in here that you just think, ooh, that's smart, it's well thought out, the curvature here. On the door, you've got a release for your petrol cap and power tailgate button. These are lit up nicely too with a mix of materials. No, they're just pleasant vehicles to travel in. And that's whether as a passenger or a driver. Solid build quality. I'm also a fan of the orange stitching. Micro cluster, lots of information. You don't need a massive digital wraparound screen. Whoa. Well, the hull's nice and sensitive, we know that. Yes, we do have a sensor here, but so far driving it just round here, it's not nagged, kicked off or anything. It's just letting me drive. And if I start looking this way for say too long, then it'll just give me a gentle reminder. And then if I continue to look the wrong way, it'll start getting upset. But that's its job. A lot of these vehicles are NCAP 5 because not only active systems, but the passive systems. This is why in today's world it is quite a challenge to get NCAP 5. But BYD have got it down pat because of their ADAS too. It's about the right level. And that's how you can tell these vehicles are engineered for European and UK roads. Yes, you have got piano black, but it's not at a point that you're going to have your hands all over it. It just looks nice. Whereas if it was down here, you'd be fingerprints everywhere. There's a little bit on top of the shifter, but it doesn't detract. Very simple to use, part reverse, neutral, drive. And you unlock it with the button on the right hand side. Start, stop here, and a wireless charging pad. Yes, not dual. I really do like the shaping around here and the satin finish. Everything feels good to the touch, which is awesome. It's also very, very solid. And yes, proper button. Not everything is stuffed in a screen. It's great that BYD have noticed that, especially for the UK market. There is a fair bit of operation through the screen, but it's not overwhelming. Also, it's responsive, easy to use. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it connects seamlessly. And the 3-finger system. So you can go left and right to do this for the fan speed. So let's take it to 1. And then I can change the heat as well. You don't have to start going, oh no, I need to see where the actual thing is. You can just literally do. It is intuitive. It was awesome. Lots of settings. The AVM. Here's to the fun bits. Wi-Fi, favourites button, DAB radio. You can see what the powertrain's doing. I love the way that it shows all this base level. Tyre pressures. See if you're connected. Your home. We've got the BYD assistant, so I can tell it to do various things. Hey BYD.
I'm here.
Could you put my window down, please?
All right.
Thank you.
I hope you are having a great day.
Diane, thank you. That was interesting. It heard Diane first, and then it saw that it was actually I am, so it corrects what it's hearing. BYD have excelled since their launch in the UK, and they do listen to feedback, which is amazing. Floating center console, extra storage down there, USB-Cs, and I think that's a micro SD card reader as well. Up here, you've got your EV and your HEV mode. So you can either travel it in pure electric, and I think the range is around 53 miles, or you can have it in hybrid electric vehicle mode. And then it will use the electric petrol engine, etc., as it sees fit. 9 times out of 10 it will be in electric mode, especially travelling around cities. It's when you get to higher speeds that it'll kick the engine in. This is meant to feel more like an EV, and it does a pretty good job of it, to be honest. Proper volume switch here. Driving modes as well: normal, sport and eco. Snow mode, nice and easy, straightforward to read. 169 miles of range, 86% of battery. All the information you require, things like road sign recognition, miles per hour, etc., etc. Also your safety and other information will display here. The one thing I would like to see as standard is a heads-up display. Decent camera with multiple angles. You can even make the chassis transparent, and a 3D view. Plush interior. I love the shape of the seats. Remind me of tombstones. Bolsters and perforated orange stitching, and it's not just on the door cards, it's on the seats and in other parts of the interior too. Interesting, black stitching on the steering wheel. They're smart, they're comfortable, and they're built for the long haul. Headroom. Considering this is on the floor, I've still got about 2 inches room. It's almost counterintuitive because you don't feel like you're on the floor because of this layout, but then when you reach above, you've still got room. It kind of plays with your head. But it's also, you've got better visibility. Fully electric seat, as I mentioned, and yes, I don't think we've got lumbar adjustment. But other than that, it's pretty good. I would have liked to see massage, but kind of spoiled by premium cars for that. 2-pedal system, a footrest, and the transition between gears is seamless. But that's how BYD have built it. If you look at the diagram of how it operates, you can see it's supposed to be a seamless shift. And it is. It's the same with when it goes from EV into HEV. You don't notice it. I'm finding a real problem with what to dislike in here. But it's always the same with BYD. I like the way that you got one of these, because this was always a staple in Honda. It still is. There's nothing to dislike. That's it. As a journalist, moving forward, cars are getting, they're better built, they're more advanced, but they simplify operations, etc. Things work as they should. Longevity-wise, we'll have to wait and see. But BYD have been on the map a long time, so I feel that this will still work like this in 10 years. Finally, glove box, decent size, and yeah, someone's left a bit of plastic there. It would have been an idea to put a little storage area here because of the amount of space. It's quite an enveloping cockpit, but it doesn't feel restrictive. Even here, you know, me with my 6'3" frame doesn't impede anywhere. It's just, it's comfortable. Wow, what a challenge finding something wrong with it. Ah, here we go. This is hard plastic. It would have been nice to have this all padded. But for that price tag, you're just not going to. It appeals, let's say that. Right, let's take a look in the back. Oh yes, also dimming mirror. I almost forgot. Map reading lights, SOS, etc. and adjustable seatbelts in the front. Great silhouette. It looks pretty good from the side as well. You can see it's quite a spacious SUV. A nice sloping, subtle roofline, and I don't think it'll affect headroom in the rear. This is where you fill it with petrol, or is it where you charge it? No, it's where you charge it. So it's Type 2 only. The thing is, it's very rare that you'll find a PHEV with rapid. If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Thank you. Climbing in the rear. The door opens to a nice angle and that's a decent space. Padded areas once again. Even on the top of the rear door cards. That's such a rarity nowadays. Decent door pocket, and I do like this design style. Yeah, there are harder plastics, but they're very few and far between. I do have to duck my head quite a bit actually, because this seat is raised up to such a level. But once in, after you get past this lip point, you've got far more headroom in the rear than I expected. It just keeps surprising. Spacious, comfortable, not the most buckety, but pretty supportive nonetheless. Pull down armrest. This is also 40-60 folding. Cup holders, yes, it won't slide forwards or backwards, but I can get my feet under the seats, and this is a decent space. Mind you, that's what they've engineered into the platform, so it doesn't leach into any of the cabin. Now, it's very comfortable for a rear passenger. And just look how the roof towers up. It doesn't ruin the design from the outside either. So many vehicles back in the day were thin and tall, and wow, they were not appealing. This is light headliner. The only thing it's missing is a panoramic. It is light and airy even without one. Nice little windows here, and the back window's not a bad size. Airbags around the vehicle, grab handles and isofixers. Dual map pockets, USB-C chargers and vents. BYD design. They don't look the biggest of windows, but the way they're positioned, they seem bigger than they are. My eye line is here. One thing I'd really like to see is recline in the rear seats. But saying that, if you look at the angle, it's not bad. They are comfortable as standard. Also, it's quite high off the floor. You can get a comfortable position even at my height. I mean, to think you get 4 of me in here, absolutely no problem. No, this is built for long hauls, holidays, and with its economy as well. It just ticks boxes once again. Let's take a look at the rear. It's nice and easy to get out of the back as well because of that raised ride height. But it's not too tall. Very smart rear. Full with light bars, LED lights. It's got a great flow, like the rest of the vehicle. Mind you, it's built for efficiency. The shaping, the fact that air can get down behind the rear sporty spoiler, and also a high-level brake light. Parking sensors, reversing camera, rear cross-traffic alert, mitigation, etc, etc. We've even got a rear wiper. Now, if this had been me, I would have hidden it and put a stealth wiper on. But the fact you've got one, well, I'm happy. Let's take a look in the boot. Power tailgate, opens and closes in a timely manner. Oh no, I've fallen in the boot. Yeah, a little bit of pressure, but nothing to write home about. I do like the way that the number plate lights act as a safety feature as well, so when you're loading on a main road, it's nice and clear to see. Same with the LEDs here, and they still spread around here and illuminate even with the boot open. Decent boot size. Yes, it's not the deepest, but you do have extra storage under here. Charging cable and V2L. So I can charge my electric bike, run a coffee machine, small rave. False floor, easy to load. Strong rigid plastic so you won't damage it with suitcases, shopping, etc. And boot light here. Suitcase wise, 2 big suitcases and maybe 2 to 3 months worth of shopping. No sub, I wonder if it's got one. No load cover, old school parcel shelf with little strings to unlatch. Sometimes the simplest ways are the best. And it just pops out. It will not stow under the floor and it will not fold fully either. Now, decent space. To drop the seats, simplicity, and looking from here, you could allow an element of recline. Wonder why it's not. To drop, pull this and push. Carpet to cover the gap, and yes, it doesn't lay entirely flat, but it's pretty close. I'd easily get my electric mountain bike in here, but I would have to remove at least the front wheel. Let's take a look under the bonnet. To release, pull this.
Please make sure that the key is in the vehicle.
Once. Okay, it's okay, I have the key, don't worry. Ah, struts, amazing. And the DMI technology with the 1.5 engine. Very easy to see where you top up fluids, very easy to work on as well. And on tick over, listen to how quiet that is. Time to see how it drives. Good afternoon and welcome behind the wheel of the Sealion 5. Our first chance to drive this. Powertrain wise, the super hybrid DMI. Fantastic powertrain. Good brakes. So the experience you're supposed to get with this is EV out of a hybrid and with the price of a combustion. And BYD have achieved it. Nice weighty steering straight off the bat. Oh, by the way, you can adjust the steering wheel as well, and there's reach and rake. Such a seamless transition, whether you're in EV or HEV. You can't really tell when it does anything. Whereas with others, you can feel a slight switch. Now, once again, it's just a pleasant SUV to drive. And just look at the visibility. Turning circle's pretty good, and you get great feedback too. You can tell it's engineered for our roads. Suspension takes everything you throw at it. No, I could see us getting one of these and going on a road trip. I mean, BYD make pretty good vehicles anyway, but the DMI is one that excels. It's economical, it's got decent power. Also, the other thing is, it doesn't nag at you. So you'll get the odd ping, ping, but there's not something permanently going, slow down, slow down. Oh, well, there we go, kick the petrol engine in. Decent refinement. You can hear a little bit of wind noise, but I'm not surprised today. It's like blowing a gale. And it's very icy cold. It's got like a really chilled feel to it, hasn't it?
Brassic,
the thing is, once you get in here, brassic is the perfect word, yeah. The thing is, once you get in it, all that stays outside. Very little road noise, hardly any noise off the mirrors either.
And it's a very windy day.
It is. No, it's an impressive vehicle to drive. It's set up well across the board. Decent suspension, decent acceleration, economy that's quite frankly, well, very, very good. A 50-mile electric range. I mean, it claims a bit higher than that, but no, I'd say 50 on the nose, to be honest. It's got a feel of responsiveness too. I'm not going to be swinging it all over the shop because Annabelle's holding the digital SLR, but you can feel it's agile. And considering its size, yeah, it's pretty good because it's not always the case. Yeah, it puts power down efficiently, but it can also pull like a train if it needs to. Sorry, Annabelle.
Oh, well, case in point there. Really.
Well, the gimbal went woodolf.
Yes.
Oh, yet again, it's a good BYD SUV, and it won't break the bank. What you get for the money is quite staggering. Everything's not Bentley level by any means, but it is very well put together, and you've got a fair few premium materials. Also, the feel of the drive, everything feels right. Because some SUVs are just wishy-washy. They bounder all over the shop, even going around roundabouts in this. You've got no excessive body roll. It just feels well planted at all times. I dare say you could have quite a bit of fun on the B road. Definitely with the acceleration anyway. Thing is, now I'm backing off, I can feel, there we go, another BYD model. I can feel...
Sharp turn ahead.
Oh wow, thank you. I can feel a faint regen. A lot of this car's intuitive, to be honest. Very easy to read the cluster, you can see what's going on all the time. Tyre pressures, media, etc, etc, etc. It's just, it staggers me, considering its size, how well it corners. That is, yeah, when it said sharp bend, it was not lying, was it? It likes coasting as well, so you could just tap the accelerator and it'll keep rolling. Brakes, pretty good. I'm not going to hammer them because otherwise Annabelle will get hit in the face by the camera. Nothing like a tour of Telford, eh? Yeah, look at that. Virtually no movement in the chassis whatsoever, just enough to keep it comfortable. It's not banking or listing, is it?
No, not.
The thing is, that's a staple for BYD, isn't it? They know how to set up vehicles, but with what they sell per year, it's no surprise, is it? You can get away in double quick time. I think we surprised the GTI then. It's quiet though, isn't it? Chicane. And I can feel it slowly using the regen. It's not excessive. It's not what you class heavy. It's, I suppose, a more natural feel. But in a vehicle like this, it works. Yes, no one-pedal driving or anything like that, but because it's not a full EV, but it's still supposed to have the experience of, you can see what they were trying to achieve, and did achieve it. Faster speeds, going around tighter bends, it does start to lean ever so slightly, but it's not what you call excess body roll, it just makes it comfortable for passenger and driver. It's just a pleasant vehicle to travel in, isn't it? It's far quicker than you give it credit for. We'll put sport on just for a second. And you ready, Annabelle? Point out forwards.
Point out forwards.
Right, 25. Let's go to 40. 40.
Wow, that was quick.
Yes, but if you've noticed, it's not a raucous acceleration. It's just, it almost feels like it catapults you along. It's quite a smooth acceleration, isn't it? But you still get the speed out of it. So there you have it, the new Sealion 5. Thanks for watching.